The world watches as two economic giants lock horns, their actions sending ripples across the globe. The United States and China are engaged in a trade war, a conflict that has been brewing for years. Both sides have imposed tariffs, which are taxes on imported goods, aiming to protect their own economies. These tariffs are meant to protect domestic industries and gain a trade advantage, but they come with significant costs. However, the consequences are far-reaching and impact the global economy, affecting markets and businesses worldwide. The United States fired the first salvos in this trade war, initiating a series of aggressive economic measures. It imposed tariffs on billions of dollars worth of Chinese goods, targeting key industries. The United States argued that China was engaging in unfair trade practices, including intellectual property theft and forced technology transfer, which hurt American businesses. The tariffs were designed to pressure China to change its ways. China responded in kind, imposing its own tariffs. It imposed retaliatory tariffs on United States goods, targeting sectors like agriculture, which hit American farmers hard. The back-and-forth escalation of tariffs has created uncertainty in the global market, making investors and businesses nervous. Businesses are wary of investing and expanding, fearing further disruptions and the potential for even more economic instability. As the trade war drags on, the world watches closely, uncertain of what the future holds for these two economic powerhouses. The trade war has had a significant impact on specific industries, reshaping the landscape of global commerce. One notable casualty is the American soybean farmer, who has been hit particularly hard. Soybeans, a major United States export to China, were caught in the crossfire of this economic conflict. China imposed a hefty tariff on United States soybeans, making them significantly more expensive for Chinese buyers and less competitive in the market. As a result, Chinese importers turned to other soybean suppliers like Brazil and Argentina, who quickly filled the gap. American soybean farmers faced a glut in the domestic market, leading to a steep decline in prices and unsold stockpiles. Many farmers struggled to make ends meet, facing mounting debts and financial insecurity, with some even losing their farms. The soybean saga illustrates how interconnected the global economy is, with actions in one country affecting markets worldwide. Disruptions in one part of the world can have ripple effects elsewhere, impacting supply chains and market stability. The trade war has exposed the vulnerabilities of relying too heavily on a single trading partner, highlighting the need for diversified trade relationships. Moving forward, both countries are seeking new trade agreements to stabilize their economies and support their farmers. The hope is that these efforts will lead to a more resilient and balanced global trade system, benefiting all parties involved. The trade war has forced countries to re-evaluate their trading relationships. China, for instance, has been actively diversifying its import sources. It has reduced its reliance on United States soybeans, seeking alternatives from South America. This shift has geopolitical implications as China strengthens ties with other countries. The United States, on the other hand, has been trying to rally its allies to present a united front against China. However, the response has been mixed. Some countries share the United States' concerns about China's trade practices but are hesitant to jeopardize their own economic interests. As the trade war continues, shifting alliances will play a crucial role in shaping the global economic landscape. The trade war has also brought to light the significant role of the United States dollar in the global economy, highlighting its influence and reach. The United States dollar has long been the world's primary reserve currency, used extensively for international transactions and held as a safe haven asset by many countries. However, in recent years, some countries are actively seeking to reduce their dependence on these dollar, exploring alternatives to diversify their reserves. The BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa, have been actively promoting the use of their own currencies in bilateral trade agreements, aiming to reduce reliance on the US dollar. They are also exploring the possibility of creating a new international reserve currency which could potentially challenge the dollar's dominance. This move, while still in its early stages, signals a potential shift in the global financial order, indicating a future where the dollar may not hold the same level of supremacy. As these discussions progress, the world watches closely, aware that the outcome could reshape the landscape of international finance. The question of who has the upper hand in the US-China trade war is complex. The US has a strong economy and a powerful military, However, China has a massive population and a rapidly growing economy. It is also a major creditor to the US. Some argue that the US tariffs will hurt China more in the long run. They point to the potential for job losses and economic slowdown in China. Others contend that China is better positioned to weather the storm, given its vast domestic market and its ability to pivot to other trading partners. Additionally, China's investments in technology and education could give it a long-term advantage. While economists debate the macroeconomic implications, it is crucial to remember the human cost of trade wars. American farmers, caught in the crossfire, have faced financial hardship. Some have had to sell their farms, while others struggle to stay afloat. The trade war highlights the importance of considering the impact on ordinary people. Policy decisions made in distant capitals can have a profound impact on the livelihoods of individuals and communities. It is essential to find solutions that promote fair trade while minimizing harm to those most vulnerable. Factory workers have also been affected, with many losing their jobs due to shifting trade policies. Communities have come together to support those in need, showcasing resilience in the face of adversity. The US-China trade war has exacerbated existing tensions in the global economy. It has led to increased protectionism, with countries erecting barriers to trade. This fragmentation of the global economy could have far-reaching consequences. A fragmented global economy is less efficient and less resilient to shocks. It could lead to higher prices for consumers, reduced economic growth, and increased geopolitical instability. Cooperation and open markets have been the drivers of global prosperity in recent decades. A retreat from these principles could have dire consequences. To avoid these outcomes, global cooperation and dialogue are essential. The US-China trade war has raised fundamental questions about the future of global trade. Will it be governed by rules and cooperation, or by power politics and protectionism? The answer to this question will shape the global economy for decades to come. Many hope that the US and China can find common ground and resolve their differences. A trade deal that addresses the concerns of both sides would be a positive step. However, it is also essential for other countries to play a constructive role in shaping the future of global trade. The collaboration of nations worldwide will be crucial in navigating the complexities of modern trade. The US-China trade war is a cautionary tale. It underscores the interconnectedness of the global economy and the importance of dialogue and cooperation. While competition is inevitable, it should be pursued within a rules-based system that benefits all parties. The world needs leaders who understand the complexities of the global economy and who are committed to finding solutions that promote shared prosperity. The stakes are too high to allow narrow interests and short-term gains to undermine the foundations of a stable and prosperous global order. Cooperation and mutual understanding are essential for navigating the complexities of today's interconnected world. By working together, nations can build a more resilient and prosperous future for all.